Wanted to give you a little walkthrough of my latest project here, and we've converted it into a stealth RV. It's 6 by 12. Wanted to give you a little walkthrough of this today. Here we're looking at the back of the trailer. You can see we've got a spare tire mounted right here. Can gain access to the RV by pulling this door down. It's got a nice spring-loaded system. On the floor of this ramp here, we've got this vinyl covering. It looks pretty cool. It's pretty thick and heavy duty. As we walk up the ramp here, you'll notice that it's kind of a minimalist approach. Off to this side we have a Murphy bed with a flip down system here. Couple latches to hold it securely in place. So first we unstrap that one, then we come over here and we unlatch that one, and now I'm lifting it down here, and this is one size down from a queen. I think you call this a double or a full bed. So back up here and give you an idea of the dimensions. Kind of sits right there. Underneath the Murphy bed are two deep cycle AGM batteries. These are rated at around 114 amp hours. They are used. I got them from a battery supply service, but overall they seem to be working well for me. They're held in place by a 2x4 frame. Over here we have a shut-off. This will shut off all the 12-volt systems. It's also a 30 amp circuit breaker. If I push this button, all the lights will go off. Here we have a large fuse that protects the inverter. This is an 1100 watt Krager inverter. I believe it's an Australian brand, and I've been very happy with this brand. We have one of these in our bus, and it works nicely. To turn on the inverter, there's a switch on the back here, and then a push switch to turn on. I like this display. One little toggle over here, this is battery voltage, and this is watts used. So if you plug in a fan or a microwave or fridge or something, this will show you how many watts you're using, which is pretty helpful. To run the various outlets, we've got an outlet over there, we've got one hidden in here, we've got one up there, we've got one over there, one behind the sink, and another underneath the sink. So to run all those outlets, we would this does the ones near the sink, and this one does the rest of them. So now all those outlets are ready to be used. Directly next to the Murphy bed towards the front is a storage shelf where you can put your phones and keys and whatnot. And then built into that shelf is the solar charge controller with two standard USB ports here for charging. And we have a circuit breaker here to disconnect the solar panels from the batteries. In addition, we have our little switches to turn the lights on and off. This is for the forward two lights in the kitchen area. The middle button is for the two lights towards the back above the bed, and this third one is for the exterior lights, one on top of the door and one on top of the cargo door in the back. So we have those three switches. We have a fuel gauge here that gives us our battery voltage. A general rule of thumb is that 12 volts is almost dead and 13 volts is full. So we're at 12.5 now. Here's a little fuse box. And we have the various circuits connected and three more circuits if you need to add any additional electrical things, 12-volt fans or whatever. And then down here at the very bottom is a port that allows you to hook up an extra solar panel on the outside of the trailer. Up top we have this 100-watt solar panel which keeps the batteries charged up. It does a pretty good job. It can definitely run the lights and the fan, no problem. If you are running a lot of heavy-duty AC stuff, you may want to get another panel that can plug in down here at the solar port. This is a stainless steel kitchen unit that we got from IKEA, and it fits in the space just right. We have one of these in our bus conversion as well. Been happy with it. It's pretty sturdy and lightweight. We have a little cold water faucet here, and this is run by a little pump. The pump is a little bit noisy, but it works well. Here's the 12-volt pump. It has a pressure switch inside. We just get water out of this 5-gallon. The water just goes straight out through the trap here and down, and then straight out of the trailer. And so we found that this eliminated any odors from storing the brown water inside. You can just take a basin and put it underneath the trailer. I'll show you how I do that. So if you're ever in an area where you don't want to dump water on the ground, you just slide this under here, and the water from the sink goes right in that basin, and then you can dispose of it however you'd like. Here's a 12-volt outlet for your mini fridge or freezer or whatever you might want to put underneath this sink area. Up above we have this fan. It's a very powerful exhaust fan. I can turn it on here with the rheostat and control its speed all the way up to full power. But on a nice day, if you want to keep the inside of the trailer cool, you can just set it pretty low, and it'll just slowly turn away there and hardly consume any power. There is a vent down at the bottom of the Murphy bed here that works in conjunction with the fan. So if I turn this fan up and all the doors are closed, if I come over here, this is really blowing hard. It's sucking in fresh air. I think that about covers the features of this tiny RV camper conversion, off-grid stealthy thing that can be towed by most vehicles. It is currently weighing about 1,700 pounds, and the axle's rated up to 3,000, so you still have over 1,000 pounds of payload capacity. It's pretty lightweight. It's insulated. It has two inches of foam insulation all the way around, and it also has a radiant barrier in the roof. So it looks just like a cargo trailer, but inside you'd be pretty comfortable, I think, whether you're heading to the beach or the mountains or somewhere in between. This build took a lot longer than I thought it would, and it was harder than I thought it would be. But the feeling of being done and accomplishing it is very satisfying. I may be crazy, but I might even do another one.